Hi, this is Greg Standen, and thank you for tuning in to the NDIS Marketing Podcast. Did you know that you are just one of over 4,800 providers in New South Wales and over 18,449 providers Australia-wide, trying to assist 554,917 participants on the NDIS in Australia as of the 11th of January 2023? This podcast aims to uncover some of the obstacles NDIS providers and participants face when looking for carers to provide the care that participants require. We will also look at some of the ways that NDIS service providers can better market themselves to the NDIS community. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the NDIS Marketing Podcast. This week we continue our series on telemarketing, where we'll look at CRMs for NDIS providers and why they are a must in your marketing campaign. What is a CRM, I hear you ask? Well, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So a CRM is a system of communicating with your participants and communicating with providers you could potentially work with or those that you already partner with. It could also be used to communicate with staff as well. A CRM helps you improve the relationship you have with current and potential providers, as well as current and potential participants. The CRM allows you to know in a moment's notice who you've previously had contact with, why you had contact with them, how that contact was made. For example, a CRM shows you that you spoke with X on a particular date and time, and you discussed maybe the possibility of them referring participants to you. It also shows you that X requested information and if that information was sent and how it was actually sent, i.e. via email, or maybe it was sent in the post, or maybe there was a meeting arranged. And if there was a meeting arranged, how did that meeting occur? Was it by phone, Zoom, or face-to-face? What was the outcome of that meeting? This information is important to capture so that next time you actually communicate with X, you know exactly why you are contacting them. For example, you may notice an email was sent 3 days ago, so you might call them and say, "Hi X, this is Y from ABC. You requested some information from us on whatever date that information was sent, and I noticed that we hadn't heard from you. So I was giving you a quick call to see how I could be of assistance at this point in time." Now, if I didn't have a CRM with that information, I may never hear from that person again, and I wouldn't be able to follow them up. A CRM is important to support all departments within your business and organization so that during the onboarding process, the person who is doing the onboarding can see exactly when they began the communication with your business or a particular participant, why they are communicating with your business, why they are actually being onboarded. Without this information, it is impossible to onboard a new participant and provide them with the service they require. As a result of providing the service they require, they keep coming back and referring others. For those who like facts and history, the first CRM was created in the early 70s and is what we now know today as Excel, which, if you have no budget for a CRM, could still be useful today, but it could be clunky, very time-consuming, and hard to read the information you put into it. The first real CRM was actually called ACT, A-C-T, exclamation mark, which was first developed by an organization called Sage in 1986 and is like having a digital Rolodex. You know those old 70s address books and card systems businesses used? Showing my age there, aren't I? Well, today CRMs include functions such as live chat. They can compile data from various sources. They contain a soft phone, which is an online dialer for making calls via the internet, commonly known as VoIP or Voice over Internet Protocol, email, and even social media management these days. Can all be done from the one CRM program. This allows you to produce products and services, specific marketing material that is customer centric. There are countless CRM systems available today, and pricing varies widely depending on functionality and budget. Some examples of a CRM system include Keep, Soho, Salesforce, as I mentioned, Act by Sage, HubSpot, Agile CRM, Sugar CRM, Fresh Sales, Zapier, Pipedrive, MailChimp, Microsoft Dynamic, Zendesk, Monday, Insightly, and MyPhoner, and many, many more. Now, I'll put a link in the show notes to all those CRMs I have mentioned so that you can see which one best suits your needs. I've used Act, but it can be expensive. HubSpot for me was very confusing to use, the free version at least. Sugar CRM and Monday are very basic and more like a handy list of contacts than a full CRM, but probably why they are free or very cheap. Fresh Sales, in my experience, can be very expensive if you add the dialing function, as they do use a third-party dialer. Their customer service is also not very helpful or very accommodating. Salesforce, Pipedrive, and Insightly are all very similar and very popular CRMs, and good if you need very complex and comprehensive CRM functions. But because it has all these features that any business in any industry would ever need, it can be quite expensive. If anyone has any other recommendations for a good CRM, feel free to leave a message in the comments. Now, NDIS specific CRMs you may know of or may want to check out include Lumery, Simple Plans, CTARS, ShiftCare. And again, I'll put a link in the show notes to those particular CRMs. Now, according to Nucleus Research, the average ROI on a CRM is about $8.71 for each dollar spent. And 91% of businesses with more than 10 employees use a CRM daily. Now, I use MyPhoner, which allows me to set reminders, make notes, dial out, create reports on numbers of calls, costs of calls, answered calls, callbacks, leads lost, how long each call is, how many attempts have been made to call each lead, and many more reports, including daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports for each user. It even records all calls, but just be aware of the legislation in your state around using these features. In total, I could produce about 21 different reports using MyPhoner, which show me how each prospect and each campaign is tracking, as well as each user as well, and how they're tracking, what calls they've made, the recordings of those calls, the outcomes of those calls, etc. I can also download those reports as an Excel spreadsheet and email them to clients in a matter of minutes. I do all this and probably much more for as little as $29 a month plus calls. In total, every month it costs me around $250 Australian to run MyPhoner CRM, and I'm making around about 1,000 calls a month using that dialer. There are many features with CRM, and those features vary widely from CRM to CRM. The most important feature that an NDIS provider needs in a CRM would be a central hub for staff to be able to access information about referral partners, potential participants, current participants, and past participants. easy connection via the CRM to all marketing channels. So, for example, all your social media accounts. The ability also to test and measure marketing tactics, then view data that allows you to pivot quickly when and where you need to pivot. It also helps you target your marketing. A good CRM will actually allow you to know exactly who you're marketing to, then send the right content with the right messaging to the right person at exactly the right moment in time. So you've completely eliminated the old spray and pray. There is no more spray and pray of sending out pieces of content and hoping someone resonates with it and replies and contacts you, then wants to do business with you. CRMs eliminate all of that. They allow you to analyze data so that you know who to target your marketing to. You can easily find patterns in who is interacting with you, when they're interacting with you, and how they're interacting with you. This also shows you why they are interacting with you. All of this allows you to know who your target market is so that you can target your message to a specific participant or specific provider that you have the capability to help. Now, when you can nail this one area of marketing, you'll greatly improve your long-term profitability. When choosing the right CRM for your business, you need to think ahead and make sure that whatever CRM you choose, it'll meet your needs as your business grows. You may even consider a CRM that you can personally customize to your specific needs. But again, CRMs that include this feature can be expensive compared to an out-of-the-box CRM that is less flexible. Now, prices for a CRM can range from a free CRM with limited features to well over $100 per month per user for a customizable CRM. Now, for further information on how you can run an effective telemarketing campaign, go to www.hasslefreemarketing.com.au or reach out to me, Greg, at hasslefreemarketing.com.au. And I hope this episode has been helpful. And in the next episode, we'll look at the importance of having a purpose for your telemarketing call and whether or not you should run your telemarketing campaign in-house or outsource it. We'll also look at whether or not it is better for you and your organization to run an inbound telemarketing campaign whereby you're getting phone calls coming to you, or whether you run an outbound telemarketing campaign where you get somebody to make calls on behalf of you as a provider. And they're the areas that we'll cover off on next week. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the NDIS Marketing Podcast. And for further information, as I mentioned, you can always contact me, Greg, at hasslefreemarketing.com.au or visit our website, www.hasslefreemarketing.com.au. If you'd like to know more about marketing your NDIS business and services to your ideal clients, then head to www.hasslefreemarketing.com.au, where you'll find a bunch of marketing options to suit every budget. Register your email address at the bottom of the homepage to receive our list of 101 ways to market your NDIS services. I've thoroughly enjoyed helping NDIS providers identify their target market and help them implement marketing strategies that will grow their business and strengthen the NDIS community as a whole. So if you're struggling with your marketing strategy, reach out to me by email, greg at hasslefreemarketing.com.au, to book a strategy call. You'll also find more about our services, and don't forget to download our 101 Ways to Market Your Business from the bottom of the homepage.